Greetings from San Diego, California. This interactive multinational teleconference is reaching you live in English and Spanish through a unique and complex international telecommunications network via satellite, microwave, and cable. This program brings together distinguished institutions representing education, business, and government in more than a dozen countries in the Americas and Europe. We look forward to hearing from you. This is the 8th International Training Center video conference of the year 2004 series entitled Effective Visioning and Intuition, Blending Art and Science. I'm Dr. Farhad Saba, Professor of Educational Technology at San Diego State University and the moderator of today's program. It is increasingly accepted that organizations without a clear and achievable vision are doomed for failure. But the process of visioning is in reality a complex futuristic exercise that requires us to use all available knowledge, tools, scientific methods, beliefs, expectations, and/or human emotions to better understand and express what we desire our organization to be or become. The degree of clarity or feasibility of our vision depends on an increasingly important element: intuition. Intuition is a human competence and is a skill that can be applied and requires blending art and science. Given the increased uncertainty within and speed of change of our competitive environment at the local, regional, and global levels, we must now enrich the extensive managerial knowledge that has evolved during recent years regarding the implementation of visioning programs with bold, intuitive considerations so as to be able to anticipate our futures with a greater possibility of success. This important video conference will present an overview of the process and results of visioning and how intuition can be used to achieve more clarity and relevance in developing the same. The distinguished invited speaker will elaborate on the art and science dimensions of this approach, which is fast becoming a key strategic resource among organizations in education, business, government, and for civil society in general. Increased diversity in values and cultures and global networking will also require that leading organizations continuously review and adapt their visions to ensure that they are shared and feasible. In Module 1 of this program, entitled Effective Visioning and Intuition, Blending Art and Science, our distinguished speaker, Mr. Thomas Hoffmann, will use time travel as a metaphor to link the history of our organizations with their current status and their vision or visions for the future. He will provide you with concrete steps that you can take in your organization to review the past, assess the current situation, and project your ideas for success into the future. In Module 2, Mr. Hoffmann will show you how you can assess the quality and viability of your vision statements, and will provide you with examples of how professionals in your organization with their unique and different backgrounds might see the future differently and help you to select the most appropriate strategic vision to bring your efforts into full fruition. Mr. Thomas Hoffmann is founding partner of Essential Experiences Associates EXA, a management consulting firm focused in helping Fortune 500 companies understand those organizational characteristics which will lead to higher levels of employee contribution, performance, and satisfaction. Since 1996, Mr. Hoffmann has worked with companies in North America, Latin America, Europe, Asia, and the South Pacific. Originally from Wisconsin, Mr. Hoffmann began his career at AT&T in 1970 and spent 26 years as a manager and leader in the sales, operations, information systems, quality, and corporate staff. From 1995 to 1996, Mr. Hoffmann worked as a senior consultant for Human Factors Incorporated, a consulting firm specializing in organizational, cultural change, and leadership. From 1997 to the present, Mr. Hoffmann has been an independent consultant and guest lecturer. Thank you and welcome to today's program.
Thank you.
Let's begin with a question. In our busy lives today, when we have to respond to constantly changing realities and situations, is it possible to detach ourselves from current realities and focus into the future and look and find a vision for the future?
Well, that's a very challenging question, and it can be very difficult. I think because we are tied up in our fast-paced lives, and we have to make many business decisions and organizational decisions and governmental decisions very quickly, that we need to be able to take some time and reflect. So we need to sort of remove ourselves, sometimes physically as well as mentally, to have the conversations that we need to have. But I think they're important to do so, and I think they're critical for the success of all the organizations. So.
Great. Thank you. And let's begin with Module 1.